Y'all, we're back with some awesome UFO and UAP news today. Because that's right, UFOs are now making headlines in mainstream media. And I love it. It makes me feel like we are much closer to disclosure. And don't worry, y'all. Yes, there will still be some UFO sightings in the video, including a UFO sighting that left a woman in tears. We are going to focus on some of these headlines because they're a little wild. Starting with the fact that police are now getting UAP handbooks. That's right, police across the United States have published a guide on unidentified anomalous phenomenon, formerly known as UFOs. The guide warns officers of the safety risk posed by these unidentified flying objects and urges vigilance when traveling in helicopters. The guide also has some interesting details on encounters with UAPs and how to report them. I'm hoping that as these books start coming out, we start getting some more contents from within the pages so we can learn a little bit of these UAP contacts they're talking about. Now, I find this to be very interesting because this news comes in the light of new footage that has been revealed from the Las Vegas UFO incident. Nothing major, nothing showing the aliens this time, but there seems to be new footage of the object descending from the heavens onto the earth and splitting into pieces, and it kind of genuinely shows that this was not a meteor and was in fact a UFO. Now I connect these two events because if you guys remember, that Las Vegas UFO incident was major and had the Las Vegas Police Department frantic to figure out what was going on, and had someone in the higher up have them scrub their body cams. So I think it's interesting that this video came out now, and now they're like, here's a handbook on how you handle the situation. Almost like, bro, shut up, you weren't supposed to put out that video. I don't know that that's what it says, but it kind of feels like that. Now, check out the video, let me know what y'all think. Now, that's not all the UFO news. Recently, Donald Trump's former advisor actually publicly came out speaking about UFOs and how they're inexplicable. That's right, former National Security Advisor Herbert McMaster acknowledges the existence of unexplainable UFO sightings. Now, the Pentagon report suggests that a lot of these objects are misidentifications, but Herbert himself claims that a lot of these anomalies are actually major unknowns and have no real explanation. He considers them inexplicable. I think it's huge that we're getting another person from the inside coming out and speaking about this. Actually, this time, someone who was an advisor to a former president. And it doesn't stop there, with The Hollywood Reporter stating that another UFO boss is going to be coming to light and blowing the whistle, as there is a major book deal going on, and I quote, "The process of disclosure has begun." For those who don't know, Jay Straten, former director of the US government's Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon Task Force, has signed a memoir deal with HarperCollins. The book promises to reveal shocking discoveries and breakthroughs in the government's research on UFOs and non-human intelligence. Straten believes the process of disclosure has begun, and the US Senate has introduced a bipartisan act to bring about public disclosure on UAP and non-human intelligence. Now, I find this fascinating and exciting, not just because we're getting another whistleblower, but we're also getting another book. We're getting these awesome books out by these whistleblowers, and each book has new piles of evidence, and they're all starting to corroborate each other, and we're starting to be able to piece together exactly what's happening. I think it's incredible that we're getting more whistleblowers and people are feeling more comfortable coming out and talking about this subject, and I can't wait for this book. I'm going to eat it up. In some more good, fun news, the Langenberg UFO sighting has been commemorated in a cool new silver coin. For those unaware of this sighting, in 1974, Saskatchewan farmer Edwin F witnessed 5 saucer-shaped objects hovering and rotating before disappearing into the sky. The Royal Canadian Mint is commemorating this event with a silver coin featuring Fear's silhouette and glowing saucers in the background. I love that. I think that's so cool. I think it's awesome that they are paying this tribute to the event and actually solidifying this guy's experience, because remember, especially back then, if you claim that you saw a UFO, people were calling you crazy. But now this is an experience that people are having and people are more comfortable talking about it. So I love that he gets this little bit of closure, and he gets a little thing commemorating him and his UFO activity. Now, you may also remember Saskatchewan as that place in Canada where we actually found possible UFO wreckage in a previous video. I'll have that linked below for you to check out. Now, not all the news is great news. Sometimes we make mistakes. Like yesterday in the wee hours of the morning when a UFO streaked across New York and people were blown away by seeing this glowing light in the sky. However, there is an explanation. A mysterious orb of light spotted over New York City was revealed to be a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket, not an alien spacecraft. The rocket, carrying NASA scientists and a civilian, is on a record-breaking journey to surpass the Earth-lapping record set by NASA's Project Gemini. I think that's actually a really cool feat. I love it. I think it's something I would do. It's like flying around the world, but more extreme. Now, some UFOs are super cool, and we all love learning about them. But sometimes, for the observer, the experience can be a little scary. And that's where we're going to leave off today, with a story of a man who recorded this spectacular UFO, but it was just so shocking that it left his wife in tears. A Montana man captured footage of a UFO with rotating lights, which left his wife crying. The sighting occurred in Chateau, a small town with a population of over 1,700.
Alright, if you look at the beginning of the video before the contrast, you can definitely see the shape of the craft. And then about here, I'm zoomed into, I think, times 20, you can see the shape of the craft. Like, all those lights are on the same object there. But right there, yeah, you see that red light? It's definitely spinning around the bottom of the craft. Like, this is all one object. The lights are in a perfectly straight line, and you can see that it's rotating from this right here.
Montana has a history of UFO sightings, including reports of deactivated nuclear missiles in the 1960s. Now, that's something that we have been experiencing a lot of, UFOs near nuclear sites, nuclear missiles, nuclear bombs, and it's why we consider them a possible threat to national security. But I hope, and it seems like, especially with all these articles coming out, that we're going to be learning more soon, and I have my fingers crossed, y'all, that with all these coming books and all of these coming meetings, we will get disclosure. But I want to hear you guys sound off in the comments. What do you think? Do you think all these articles means disclosure is coming? Or do you think these are just one-offs, because UFOs are very popular right now? Let me know. I want to hear you guys sound off. I want to see you guys smashing that like and subscribe and sharing this video out to spread the information. Check out that compilation right there and those paranormal videos right there.